Okay, so I'm going to talk about immigration and this key activity. The causes of immigration can be diverse, and among them can be listed. Number one, poor living conditions in the country of origin. This can consist of economic, social, or political crisis, subjecting people to poverty, violence, or social confrontation, which will push many to seek new horizons to be able to send money to the relatives left behind. Number two, wars or natural tragedies. Humanitarian catastrophes, whether of natural or human origin, always generate waves of immigrants, refugees, displaced persons who flee to neighboring countries. Number three, personal opportunities. There are also immigrants who pursue job, love, or personal offers that are generally isolated and singular cases. Immigration and migration are two sides of the same coin. Migration. But if the first case, the immigrants arrive from distant countries, in the second, the immigrants leave from distant countries. This, clearly from a perspective of a country of origin, since the immigrants from here are the immigrants from there and vice versa. Both processes are generally understood in terms of migratory balance. The countries with more immigrants present a positive balance or in favor, not from a qualitative point of view but quantitative. That is, these immigrants may or may not be more or less benefit for the country that receives them, while countries with high immigration rates present negative balances as they lose citizens. Migratory flows produce, as we stated at the beginning, a series of consequences related to the country of origin and the receiving country. In the country of origin, social and political conflict could be reduced when a significant percentage of a product population decides to emigrate. This would reduce the levels of unemployment and discontent, since apparent possibilities would be created as a result of the movement of people to other regions. The labor force that remains may have a greater possibility of entering the labor market because competition has diminished. This last perspective, called the escape valve, has been accepted by some interpret frameworks that consider the migration of human resources and especially those qualified as a process of circulation of human capital, which allows a more efficient allocation of resources in the field world. The receiving country appears imaginarily as a space of great opportunities and income. The search for better living conditions drives migratory movements whose political, economic, and social consequences provoke, in many cases, situations of conflict in the receiving country. Labor competition may increase, new pockets of poverty may arise, discrimination may increase, xenophobia, etc. Less skilled workers may be hurt by job losses, which will go to migrants, or by lower wages. The top 10 countries in the world with more immigrants are: in the first spot we got United States, in the second one Germany, third one Russia, fourth one Saudi Arabia, sixth one Emirates, seven France, eight Canada, nine Australia, and 10 Italy. Some favors that help immigrants, more especially in the USA, are George Clooney and his wife Amal Clooney, which they have just donated $100,000 to the Young Center for the immigrants' children. Also, the famous actress Anne Hathaway has donated in the Day of the Father in the US, doing a speech and an Instagram post. There are also Latinos in the US that support the immigrants. For example, they could be Salma Hayek, Omar Chaparro, Marte Gareda, Eugenio Derbez, and all that kind of actors that are Mexican that help Mexican people in the US. For example, one country that takes action in migration is Spain because of the Afghanistan war last year. They accepted around about 1,000 immigrants from Afghanistan, from Iraq, and from other medium east countries, but not also Spain, but just all the European Union. For example, France also is taking care of the immigrants, especially from Africa. Belgium also, Italy, and even United Kingdom. United Kingdom is accepting people from, for example, India, Bangladesh, Vietnam. For example, in Mexico, there are some kind of foundations that help immigrants from Central America, like Honduras, Guatemala, Haiti, and Belize. Of course, they are not like the government, but they are part of Mexico because it's a foundation that helps immigrants. They provide them food, they provide them uh, home, they provide them water, they provide them like clothes and all kind of stuff so the immigrants can continue their way to the United States.